So welcome back to the GLF Bonn 2018. I'm Natasha Elkington, your host for the next 2 days in Bonn. And for this afternoon, I have Katherine Mana-Galido from the Philippines who's joining us. Thank you. And you're from the Non-Timber Forest Products Exchange Program,
yes,
right? Which is NTFPEB. FTEB. Wonderful. So please tell us a bit more about what your organization does.
Okay, so NTFPEP, or which is short for Non-Timber Forest Products Exchange Program, it is a non-government organization based in the Philippines, and we envision sustainable forest environment and quality of life for forest-dependent communities. So we work mostly with indigenous communities, and our focus is in strengthening and development of the non-timber forest products, which includes like resin, honey, almasiga, and rattan, and medicinal plants.
Oh, okay, very interesting.
Yes.
Okay, and you were in a plenary session earlier.
Yes.
What were the highlights of what you spoke about?
Yeah, so I shared my work, why I went to NTFP and worked there. So because I was able to witness that the forest resources are really rich in the Philippines. We are one of the mega diversity, but we are not. We only see forest timber or maybe mining, but we do not see the uniqueness of the landscapes through forest resources. So I talk about it in the plenary and how the role of indigenous communities can play a big role in climate resilience.
And how can indigenous communities play a big role in
because they have,
climate change?
for example, just promoting NTFPs, it manifests the intimate relationship of indigenous communities with their forests. I mean, they can, when discussing with them, they share that they even have traditional structures that they go to when there's big typhoon. They have their own way of finding food. They have, in one sitting, they can provide 30 different forest foods that they can that they can go to when in times of maybe in disasters also. So medicinal plants and all of it, and also how these even if they do harvest NTFPs, they also protect their forests. There's a map in the Philippines that shows that the remaining key biodiversity areas are also the home of the indigenous communities.
Wow, amazing, very interesting. So, the theme of the conference is committing to action.
Yes.
This year. So, why is that important? Like, why is this theme important to your organization?
I think it's important because even after many years of working with indigenous communities, we feel that their voices are still not being heard. As shared earlier in the plenary, one indigenous leader said that why do forums or even why do they conduct consultations with indigenous communities when at the end of the day it is not them who decides what kind of projects are implemented in their area. So I believe that we still really need to work hard how to support the indigenous communities.
Right, the voices from the landscape.
Yes.
We need to talk to them more about their environment in order to save it rather than making decisions without them.
Yes.
Yes, that's very important. Okay, so what are the next steps that your organization is going to take, next practical steps in ensuring that we sustain our environment?
So for our organization, we keep on working with different, because we know that in order to recognize the rights of indigenous communities, we need to convince the different stakeholders. So we will continue to work with different stakeholders on how to assist or support indigenous communities so that they will be part of an inclusive governance in the landscapes.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much for joining us
and
for spending a few minutes to share your experience.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.